Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
After more than 10 years of calling the people of Mecca to Islam, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, faced nothing but rejection, mockery, and insults. He had spoken to every tribe, every leader, but most of them turned away. When his beloved uncle, Abu Talib, and his wife, Khadija radiallahu anha, passed away in the same year, life in Mecca became even harder. The Quraysh increased their oppression. So the Prophet, peace be upon him, decided to travel to the nearby city of Taif, hoping its people would open their hearts to the message of Allah. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam decided to travel to the nearby city of Taif, hoping its people would open their hearts to the message of Allah. He walked almost 100 kilometers on foot with his adopted son, Zayd ibn Haritha radiallahu anhu. The journey was long and tiring, but his heart was full of hope. When he reached Taif, he met the three chiefs of the city, Abd Yala'il, Mas'ud, and Habib, the sons of Amr. He invited them to worship Allah alone and abandon the idols. But they did not actually listen. They laughed at him. One of them said mockingly, "Has Allah found no one else but you to send as a prophet?" Another said, "If you are truly a prophet, then I should not talk to you. And if you are lying, you don't deserve any reply." Their words pierced his heart. Yet the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not respond with anger. He stood up calmly and said, "If you reject me, let it be in private, so others may not be influenced by your words." But they refused, and instead ordered the foolish men, servants, and children of Taif to throw stones at him and Zayd radiallahu an. Stones rained down. His blessed body bled. His feet were cut, and blood filled his sandals. Zayd tried to shield him, taking many stones himself. They ran, bleeding, until they reached a garden belonging to Utbah and Shayba, the sons of Rabia, two men from Quraysh. There the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam sat beneath a tree, exhausted and wounded. His face was covered in dust and tears. He raised his hands and made one of the most heartfelt du'as ever recorded. "O Allah, to you I complain of my weakness, my lack of support, and my humiliation before people. O most merciful of those who show mercy, if you are not angry with me, then I do not care what happens. Yet your protection is easier for me to bear." His words were full of humility, not blame, not anger. Utbah and Shayba saw his state. Their hearts softened. They sent a servant named Adas, a Christian man from Nineveh, with some grapes. As Adas placed the bowl in front of him, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "In the name of Allah." Adas was surprised. "These are not words the people of this land say." The Prophet asked him where he was from. Adas replied, "From Nineveh." The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam smiled and said, from the town of the righteous man Yunus, the son of Matta. Adas was shocked. How do you know about Yunus? The Prophet ﷺ replied, He was a prophet, and I am a prophet. Allah sent him, and he sent me. Hearing that, Adas's eyes filled with tears, and he kissed the Prophet's blessed head, hands and feet, the first person in Ta'if to believe. When the Prophet ﷺ left the garden and continued his journey, the angel Jibreel ﷺ appeared with the angel of the mountains. He said, O Muhammad, if you wish, I will crush Ta'if between two mountains. But the Prophet ﷺ replied with mercy that shook the heavens, No, I hope that Allah will bring forth from their descendants people who will worship Him alone. And indeed, years later, the people of Ta'if accepted Islam. This story shows the true strength of character. When the Prophet, peace be upon him, was hurt, humiliated, and covered in blood, he did not seek revenge. He sought guidance for others. His heart was filled with mercy, even for those who hurt him. That is why Allah calls him in the Qur'an, We have not sent you except as a mercy to the worlds. True greatness is not in power or pride. It is in forgiveness, patience, and trust in Allah's plan.